God, please, no! 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 No!
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two replays in the Soviet Tier 8 auto-loading heavy tank, the Stockade. Now, this is a tank that we earned for free quite a long time ago, and pre 6.0 I despised this tank. I thought it was just a terrible thing because it was like taking the IS-38, which is the IS-38's model, and gave it an autoloader, which the IS-38 was derpy, right? And giving it a derpy autoloader just made it feel horrible to play, and it felt like you just missed like 2 out of 3 shots every single time you took took the clip out, and it just made it a chore to play. So I never really enjoyed playing it. But post 6.0, well, derpiness, guns don't really count for much nowadays. You really do get the best out of this gun now, and it's a pretty decent tank. It's not the best, obviously, but its damage output it's really nice. Now, this is the second video of the day because I did my mouse and keyboard video earlier on for the Easy 8, but I felt that video felt a little bit cheap in terms of time for me, because obviously I like to keep my videos about, about 10 minutes, so just over 10 minutes for normal replays, not like anything special like the on-track series or the reviews and stuff like that. So I just thought, you know what, we'll give you a double helping of games. And yeah, well, boy have I got a double helping for you. Well, this game is a pretty nice game. It doesn't hold a candle to the next one. You'll have to see what happens with that. So we're on Pilsen, and we're in a pretty aggressive spot to take. I mean, we could, from these spawns that we're in, have gone down the 9 line and gone and sat at like H8 and shot down the G line, but me and Swindle took a fairly aggressive position here. This position here obviously is really good because you can get good cross shots where that bone shaker was, and we got a nice shots into the bone shaker, which is a pretty good tier 8 TD. It's a very solid tank, and luckily for us he managed to sit still, and we actually penned his lower plate like I think twice out of 3, which is pretty good going because that thing's got good armor, and it's got that type of armor on its lower plate which can just ricochet shots for the lols. Generally it just sits there and goes, yeah, sure, okay, no. Now unfortunately we ended up, I think, hitting the turret of the Paladin there, so which means we didn't pen it, but then we penned it in the side, luckily, just as got a shot in, and now this IS has decided it's a great idea to cross as well, and we shut him down. We activate the food, get the food boost in, and we're into reload again. Honestly, this tank is pretty damn nice to play now. It's actually really enjoyable. I mean, I'd say it's probably similar to the IS-38 or the Fatherland, whichever one you have. I mean, we've just recently earned the Fatherland, so pretty much everyone's going to have that tank. It's fairly similar in that it used to be an absolute, like I say, an absolute chore to play, but now because of the gun handling, it definitely feels really nice, and it's probably well worth taking out again and enjoying. I gave it a go, and it was like, you know what, yeah, I like this. So we've just got the perfect scenario there when we side-scraped out. We looked, the Carbon Action 10 wasn't looking at us, we finished him off. Then the LTTB wasn't looking at us, and we finished him off. And we got 2 out of 3 in one clip there. And now I'm just trying to sort of decide what I want to do, because obviously there was a tank behind me towards the cap, but he's got shut down, and most of their team now is situated where they're all spotted. So I want to now get over here to get some shots into the middle if I can. So we're going to try and aim for the lower plate of this VK452A, because that's where we're going to pen him. I mean, we could pen the turret front as well, but obviously the lower plate is a very much easier option to do. And just like that, we've got 1200 damage out. We went from, well, I say 1200 damage. Yeah, it was about 1200 damage. We were on 1800 beforehand, weren't we? So it's about 1100. So we had some pretty good rolls there, and that's just what this tank can do. Like, before you blink, you've done a good amount of damage. And obviously that's what's always good about autoloaders. That's what's really nice about tanks like the Sergeant Slaughter, for instance. You know, you put out damage, you've done 1080 damage, you really feel like you've wrecked someone's day pretty quickly. And you know, if you get that perfect clip out where you do actually pen shots, you go from like feeling like you've not done much to all of a sudden it's like, oh, I've done a decent amount here. So we've got heating because I think we only have 1 shell of APCR left. So we made sure we reloaded a full clip, so we got the heat round in, and we just made mincemeat of that King Tiger. When you've only got heat left, that guy is not going to last very long. Now there's just the Iron Rain and the artillery. The Iron Rain shuts down the 5100, so I'm pretty confident now that I'm going to get the reload in before this guy, so I can just charge him, and hopefully I'll get all of his damage, and that'll be very nice. So we're coming in here, we're going to auto-aim, and we're a Soviet tank, so we're going to hit him, right? No. Rushdada did not happen. We get second shot in, but he gets finished by our Iron Rain, so unfortunately we didn't get the kill on him. But we finished that game anyway with a nice total. We finished with 4.3k damage, 328 assistance, the victory, MVP, 5 kills. So it's like salt in the wounds, you know. The fact that we actually took that shot on the move first time against the Iron Rain and it missed meant that if we'd actually just stopped, aimed, shot him and then shot him again, we would have had a top gun. But we finished that game with an ace tanker, sniper medal, high caliber, 1854 base XP, 5 kills. Yeah, nice game for the Stockade. But that's a nice game for the Stockade. That's an ace tanker, right? That is a pretty nice game. That's probably your average ace for this tank, and it shows what the tank can do, right? Pretty nice. But now we've got the next game, and yeah, the previous game doesn't hold a candle to this one. Now, I believe this is probably my best ever game at tier 8, because my previous best was an 8.2k damage game in the French tier 8 heavy, the MX-65T, which is pretty impressive for that tank, because obviously that, I mean, it's pretty impressive for any tier 8, right? But that heavy tank is bloody awful. It's a shocking heavy tank. But we'll have to see how this one goes, and I'd probably say it's definitely my best. So we're on whatever this map is called, Sunset Coast. Terrible map. I don't know how I could really forget the name of it. So we'll come up here because it's the wonky spawns. We get a nice shot into the dragon as he got away. We got 2 shots into that Tiger 1. The perfect starting clip. Snapped a shot a little bit, but that's 6.0. We did take a few slaps in the side there, but we actually bounced a fair amount there as well, which is nice from the people that can get up the one line pretty easily. So we've done all right with that. We've got away with that little mistake we made there, and we're just getting the clip in again. Like I said, the clip gets in pretty quickly now. And we're trying to see if we can get a shot on that guy, but then the Ragnarok gets spotted up, and it's like, okay, I've got to tag this guy. And unfortunately, we only do track damage on that one. Then we get the final shell into the Challenger, and we're up to 1800 damage already in 2 clips. It's a very, very good start already. We've penned 5 out of 6 shells, which is good going anyway, in any autoloader, let alone a tank that's got 0.46 accuracy. And again, the reload on this tank's, you know, not too, I mean, pre 6.0 was pretty slow. Post 6.0 is still not the best, but obviously 26 seconds for 1200 is a lot better. I think it was like 28. I don't know, the 10% reload buff anyway that you can give it now, like, is like putting a rammer on it, and it's just made it exponentially better. So again, we put another good clip out, and we're up to 2800 damage. We've gone another 1000 damage up. And from this position, we're getting good shots across because their team's pushing in a very bad place, really. Because if they go up that one line, it's not the best place to go on Sunset Coast when they get the bottom spawn, because they have to cross a lot of open ground, and we can shoot them a lot. Now, obviously, they do have a lot of foliage, a lot of cover, which means they can remain undetected quite easily in it. But once they start getting spotted up, it's hard to get away and stay safe. So they've done what happens on this map as well, and look at that snapshot, top notch 6.0 in action there. And yeah, they've done what their team would normally do anyway on this map, and they've pushed down the JK line, and they've cut round and gone into our cap. So it's like, okay, I've got to go back and reset. We've got that 6.0 type snapshot into the Dragon, and now we've got 2 shells left. So it's like, okay, we'll pop that shot into the 53 TP there, track him, get the second shot in, and we've only got 3 shells left of APCR, and we're reloading again. We're already up to 4k damage. We've got quite a few tanks in front of us, and there is still a lot of health in this game. So I'm trying to decide what I'm going to be shooting next while we're reloading, because obviously there is a lot of people, and I'm kind of alone over here now, which makes this fight a little bit awkward. So we're going to pop up, see if we can get a shot of this heavy tank that was down here in the dip, but unfortunately we can't spot him. That Dragon's gone back into the cap again, which makes just things a little bit awkward. It means it's in the back of your mind that they might cap. Obviously, you don't want that. And I know that the heavy tanks, especially with one getting spotted there, I know that they're down below. So we managed to catch this Emil 1 out in the open. It's like, well, don't mind if I do. And that's one of the only shots to actually miss in this game. And we penned the second one. And I think, did we just do track damage to the third? Might have done. But now we're reloading. It's kind of awkward because we've got this King Tiger that's sitting behind us. And he will make things awkward for us. We really want to get rid of that because obviously we are alone at the minute. I think he's ignoring us for the time being. It's like he's not realised we're here. And we're so close to reloading. It's kind of like, I just want to get rid of him. Yeah, he hadn't actually realised. So we get a shot into him. Luckily for us, he only tracks us. And I'm trying to look for the finish. So basically we put one shot into the 53 TP because it's easy. And we wanted to get one without retaliation. And I was looking for the finish on that King Tiger because obviously get a gun out of the game is better than just doing damage. But luckily for me, the Fatherland comes along, shuts down the King Tiger. And now we've just got the 53 TP to worry about. So I'm trying to ram him to death. But unfortunately, we only do like 45 damage. We actually lose like 100 health. That was kind of random. But he's gone. And now we're looking for the next shots for this reload. And there's the Scorpion G. And I'm like, you know what? I should be able to clip you out. So I'm just going to take the hit and clip you out. But with my clip, I don't manage to do it because low rolls. And he managed to pen me. But luckily for me, my team, the Fatherland, shuts him down. We've only got 6 rounds of heat left. 6. That's all we've got left for this game. And there's still quite a lot left on the enemy team. So I'm looking for shots at that guy over there. But then it's like, okay, I can put some shots into the same XM445. Trying to look for a shot into his turret, but can't quite get it. So I'm thinking I might go back up top again to see if I can get some shots into this Emil 1. Because if I get up high, I could probably catch him out. But then I sort of noticed this medium tank behind me. It's the Draugen that I could possibly shoot. But at first I thought he's going to stay behind the rocks, but he doesn't. So we get one in. Looking for the second shot if he drives back out from behind this rock. And tracks only because heat. We get slapped by the ball sig, so we're now on very little health, 25 health. We've only got 3 shells of heat left. We've only got 3 shells left, and we're on 7.5k damage, which is a stupendous game for any tier 8 tank, and there's potential for more. This ball sig is like, I'm coming for you, so we're backing off. We managed to ricochet his shot off our upper plate, because obviously when he shot us, we were up in the air, so the angling on the upper plate was ridiculous. Managed to ricochet it. We've got the clip in now, and the potential to do more damage here is exactly what we want to do. So we're going to drive along. We've got this Emil 1 here, so we put 1 in, 2, finish him off, and then we've got 1 shell left. But there's 1 shell, and there's us 3 tanks left against their 4. I'm not going to be able to influence this game any more than I have. And the King Tiger on the other side gets shut down. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to influence this game any more than I already have now. I've got 1 shell left, and once I've fired it, that's it. That's all I can do, because I'll be out of shells. And that's a sad thing about a lot of the Soviet heavies, is the fact that they're just... Sometimes when you have mega games, you don't even have to have mega games, you just have to have games where the gun derps, right? And you end up missing quite a lot generally, and that means that you just run out of shells. I've had it a couple of times in stuff like the IS-3, IS-3A, where the gun's been unwieldy. I've fired all of my shells. I've been in one of those brawls where you're constantly firing and you come out of it after like 4 minutes and you've run out of shells because you just miss a lot and you don't not necessarily pen them all. So this UDES gets spotted out in the open, and we were making sure then, we were aiming all of the way in, aimed it all the way, and penned him. And then we thought, oh, you know what, I could go ram this ball sig. So I was thinking of sliding down, but then the Ragnarok catches me out, and unfortunately we lost the game. But we got MVP on a loss, which is impressive in itself, because that's very hard to do. Finished the game with 8.5k damage, 492 assisted, 1900 blocked, 242,000 credits made, nice amount. Ace Tanker, High Caliber, Confederate Medal, and 1645 base on a loss. that probably, I think someone said it in the stream, and it's probably true. That probably would have been like looking upwards of 3k base if we were a victory there. But yeah, that was an incredible game for the Stockade. It's always nice when you have those sorts of games. And as always, everybody, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
A great success!